So hello there. Hello women from Wise Women Sisterhood who follow the page. I hope you're really well. I've got a few announcements today that I think are going to be important for you and interesting for you. So what are they? Number one, Wise Women Sisterhood has branched out onto Patreon. So you can go to patreon.com/Wise Women Sisterhood and you can start getting involved with the VIP Heroine's Journey group coaching in there, which is going to be incredible, specifically for women over 40 and women over 45. So if you're over 40 and you're moving into that second kind of phase, that next phase of your life, if you're over 45 and you're moving into that second phase of your life, there are some specific problems and challenges that you may be facing. These are what I want to talk to you about today, and I want to talk to you about how the group environment on Patreon is going to be really beneficial to you, as is the elite coaching with me. Okay, so what are some of these problem areas that you may be facing as a woman over 45? And believe me, I've been through this stuff and I've lived to tell the tale and I've lived to resolve this stuff. I can help you to resolve these issues. Patreon.com/Wise Women Sisterhood is going to offer you an incredible opportunity, a service-driven space where you can receive quality coaching, and I'm doing this as a service to women. You will be surprised when you understand that your patronage there is the cost of a cup of coffee per week, and for that you get group coaching with me. I mean it. I'm doing this as an altruistic service to all women because I am an extremely grateful and lucky woman who's worked very hard to get where I've come from. And where I came from was homelessness. So this is part of my service-driven approach to women. So the programs and the group coaching on Patreon, we already have women signing up there. It's $5 a week. We have women signing up there to actually come on board, and to start that process is a really amazing opportunity for you. So what are some of these other problems? Okay, I've talked about physicality in the body, a huge one for you if you're a woman over 45. It really is. We move into menopause, you move in, all those yucky stuff starts happening. And there's also the issue of ageism. Socioculturally embedded within us are a whole lot of notions about ourselves that are tied to youth, whether we like it or not. And I help you to unravel these and to start making the most out of who you are, where you're at, and what you are. I show you how to up-level yourself, how to live very positively and very beautifully as an older woman. It is possible. I do it and I show you how, and the women that I work with notice transformative change in their life, and I want you to be able to access this. I really do. This program on Patreon is so available to all women. I really mean it. This isn't about you having to have heaps of money to do it. I've wanted to go with a different model, and people have told me not to, but I've wanted to go with a model that's going to serve you as a woman over 45 who may not be able to access my elite coaching. I still do the elite coaching. If you want to come on board there, you go right ahead. But I will help you with your physicality. I will help you to change the relationship that you have and the dynamics you have with your physical realm. I will also help you with depression and anxiety. I will help you with those kinds of areas of self-doubt, or those areas that you're really stuck in that have remained impervious to any kind of change, regardless of all the attempts that you've had. Many women come to coaching and come to me after trying years and years of therapy and years of other modalities, and they haven't been able to make shifts. They make shifts with me. They really do. And you can make shifts with me as well. Okay, so that's on offer. Anxiety and depression is something that we work with. We work with it systemically and with an integrated approach. So as I said, this is my farm here. It's an organic farm and it's a regenerative farm. And some of those principles I help you to incorporate into your own life so that you can up-level the way that you're living. And you don't have to be really wealthy to do this. These are really basic strategies and simple changes that you can make, okay? They're going to help you. They're going to help to transform you. What else? How are your relationships going? And when I talk about relationships, I'm talking about your intimacy. I'm talking about your relationship with your loved one, if you have one. But I'm also talking about your relationship with yourself. I have a particular model of working with women that is quite unique and quite fascinating. It's also a bit woo-woo, and it's also a little bit mystical and a little bit magical. So if you love a little bit of woo-woo and you love a little bit of that kind of the feminine principle coming through in the way that you want to work on yourself, then patreon.com/WiseWomenSisterhood is going to be for you. I tell you, it really is. When I talk about relationships, I'm talking about totality of relationships in your life. Your intimate realm is really going to be tied in with that, and that is a particularly difficult area for women over 45 post-menopause. I show you how to start coping with that, how to develop your sexuality and sensuality in new ways, regardless of age, and how to refute the ageism and the prejudices that exist for us as women over 40. I kid you not. Socioculturally, these things are embedded in us, but you can unlock them and you can move into greater sense of sexiness, of sensuality, and of beauty as you grow older. And I'll show you and encourage you and invite you to start doing that through the group coaching strategies. Okay, I also want to help you if you have problems with kind of career and workplace. Is that an issue for you? If you have problems with career and workplace, well, you come to the right woman. I have a background in business. I have a background in the visual arts. I have a background in running my own businesses. I'm successful at it. And I have a background in working with a pretty kick-ass husband who does a lot of stuff as well. So that's some really great kind of insights and advice that I can give you in that business realm and in your career and workplace realm. When I talk about workplace as well, I'm really interested to know how you feel about the working relationships that you have and how you feel about where you're at. Is there a problem with where you've arrived at in your career or where you're stuck at, and do you want to do something about it, but you don't really know how to shift the attitudinal stuff that's going on in you, and you don't really know how to change the dynamics that you have in the workplaces that you're working in? I can help you with that too. There is so much healing to be done, and there is so much for you to do so that you don't feel as if you're atrophying and getting stuck, fossilizing as an old lady. You don't have to fossilize as an old lady. There is so much for you to do to keep on up-leveling and keep on bringing yourself into greater and greater kind of joy and harmony and just really fantastic stuff with other women. Really, really connected, wonderful stuff with other women who are on the same journey as you, who care and who are in the same age group, who are facing the same kinds of issues. So patreon.com/WiseWomenSisterhood is going to give you that opportunity. Okay, so one of the last areas that I really want to talk about, and there's lots of them, but this is just something I really want to focus on. Much of the work that I do with women over 45 who are stuck and who've been stuck for quite a while, and if that's you, you really want to be coming on board with Wise Women Sisterhood at Patreon. Now, if you are stuck, one of the things that comes up time and time again is the issue of trauma. I'm a trauma-informed life coach, and that means that I've resolved my own trauma. I have a very big, yucky trauma history and trauma story, and I don't go into it in detail anymore online. I respect my past. I have great gratitude for everything I've been through in my life because it's got me to here. I really feel incredibly grateful now for the experiences that I had in my earlier life because they've enabled me to live exactly as I want to live with a great deal of joy because those issues are resolved. So trauma-informed coaching is very specific, and we work with you, and I work with you in very beautiful and compassionate ways that also don't get in the way of your other therapy or whatever else you're doing, but augment and kind of really give you that kind of vitality and support that you need to get through and to make change in spite of being hooked into traumatic stuff from your past. You can clear it. You can change. You can still, regardless of age, resolve this stuff. And you can find a great deal of peace and a great deal of harmony and a great deal of love in your life in spite of having stuckness in the area of your trauma history, even as a woman over 45. So that is really, really something that I love, love, love to do with women, and I do it with a lot of you. As most of my elite coaching clients know that it does come up, and it is a part of what we kind of attend to with you, and it's a really kind of wonderful aspect of the healing journey and the coaching journey with me as your coach and as your coach, whether it's in group coaching or elite coaching. So some of the other problems that you might kind of have is like, I'm really kind of thinking about, also when we talk about relationships, we talk about the dynamics you may have with children. I want to really help you to kind of understand how you may be operating within community in your life, how you relate to your domestic environment, your home life, how you're living on a whole lot of levels. So systemic and integrated coaching looks at a whole lot of stuff with you, and it helps you to develop a very new approach that's going to be really beautiful. So problems, solutions. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be a woman over 45 sitting in those problems and remaining stuck in them? Or do you want to move into a greater solutions-based process, all about embodied praxis, which is my strategy that I show you how to tap into and how to work with, along with a whole lot of other kind of incredible strategies and tools that I've developed over 20 years, 30 years, and over my own lived experience process of transforming my life from homelessness and destitution through to this incredible place that I live in now. And if I can do that, you can make change regardless of age. If I can do what I've done, you can make incredible change in your life. You really can. You just need the right guidance. I'm a woman who knows how to guide you in this way. I encourage you to come on board with Elite Coaching, and I encourage you to really come on board over on Patreon. So I'll see you over there. I look forward to it. First week of July, the Zoom groups start. They're going to be rolled out all around the world over the next few months. So we're starting off with a Wednesday night group in New Zealand and Australia, and then it's going to be rolled out into Canada, into America. Time zones appropriate. We're going to have your time buddy in there so that you can work out your times. You're going to be able to access it if you're in London, if you're in South Africa, if you're in Europe. So there's going to be a time slot and a time zone available for you to have group coaching with me and with the community of other fabulous and incredible women who are doing the same stuff that you want to do, which is getting over the crap that has so far been unresolvable in your life. So lots of love from me, Camilla Slater. Keep enjoying the lovely stuff on Facebook, the Wise Women Sisterhood page and the group, but do consider Patreon. You're going to get up-leveled stuff there, and you're going to get really, really incredible wisdom and true guidance beyond just the kind of flicking through scrolling that happens on those more empty kind of social media sites. So hopefully you'll come over there. I really suggest that you do. Take a leap, take a risk, and make some change. It's here for you, and if I can do it, you can too. Lots of love from me. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. See you in Patreon.